Florida has really put a lot of its weight behind these monoclonal antibody treatments, and this is something that really can help people if they contract COVID and they're starting to really feel those symptoms.
With the state in the grips of an outbreak, Seminole County mother Emily Ori was called to pick up her son from school.
My son told me that he wasn't feeling well at school. He had, symptoms of everything smelling awful, his stomach hurt, and he wanted me to come pick him up from school. And out of the abundance of caution, we went automatically to get him tested, and it was positive. And everything seemed fine until at night he woke up saying that he couldn't breathe and contacted his doctor, who said that we needed to go immediately to the hospital to get a chest x-ray.
She got vaccinated. Her 11-year-old son, though, contracted COVID, and it was right after he got COVID she started to again feel some of those symptoms, getting what we call a breakthrough case. It was the antibody treatments that her doctor said, go get. That really turned it around for her. What did the antibodies do for you?
I was a little, nervous to get it, but I felt almost like 70% better within, 24 to 48 hours of the treatment, and it was extremely easy. The people there were so nice, and
You went to one of the state sites?
Yes, I went to the one at Camping World Stadium.
The antibodies worked. Emily recovered, and her son came home from the hospital.
That's really what matters in all of this, is having people who've gone through this be able to say, here's what happened to me, here's what I did to try and, get through it, here's the effects that I'm feeling, because that's the most important thing we can do, is to just point a camera at somebody who has had COVID and say, tell people what happened to you, what it was like.
For doctors, cases like Emily's are exactly what antibodies should be used for.
Regeneron could be used. Regeneron could also be used for breakthrough cases, as you stated. But getting the vaccines is the number one way that we could have prevented the spikes here in Florida.
Dr. Corcoran is a family practitioner here in Central Florida, somebody who's really, on the front lines on how to deal with COVID and deal with the pandemic.
Explain to me, what exactly is a monoclonal antibody?
Monoclonal, mono meaning one, so one form of an antibody that will then bind to the COVID antigen. The thought behind that is that this will help to mitigate the spread of COVID once you have it.
This is an effective treatment. It is something that's absolutely a game changer when it comes to saving lives when we're dealing with COVID-19. But the question becomes, how is this being administered and what is the cost of this? Because the cost of the antibody treatments is so much greater than the cost of getting a vaccine.
While vaccines cost the government anywhere between $15 and $35 each, the antibody treatments are $2,100 a dose, some 5,000% more expensive. In your medical opinion, was this the right approach?
No, I'd just be very frank and not going to try to stay away from being political, but just speak about science here, as I've been trying to do through the whole pandemic.
What concerns him even more is the number of Floridians who got the antibodies instead of the vaccine.
What you see there is what I call reactive medicine.
The state estimates 55% of the more than 135,000 people who got antibody treatment were unvaccinated.
Medical professionals, when you talk to them, one of the things they'll say is, it doesn't matter what your politics are. The virus doesn't care. I'm giving you the best advice I can. This is it.
Florida has defended its approach as saving lives while giving options, while doctors say it's a risky and costly strategy.
I'm not here to talk to you about Republican, Democrat. I'm here to say that the science shows getting vaccinated is what will help us.
Hi, I'm Greg Warmer. Thank you for watching the Channel 9 YouTube page. If you like what you see and want more of this content, we've got plenty of links here. Like and subscribe. Thanks again.